really means
like
when you see that quilt.
Means or what the
yes.
Oh,
and
interesting.
And of course he was talking about the fact that we say we're happy.
Oh,
and you
and
know,
I know,
you know, and that happy has a magnitude of things that we could discuss.
True.
Well,
true.
so does a quilt.
Oh, it does.
A quilt can bring tears to our eyes.
Absolutely.
A quilt can bring memories.
Yeah.
It can be reminiscent. It can be cozy. It can be, I mean, all sorts of things. So I'm going to challenge us to talk a little bit more about that, but also challenge you to put in the comments what your reaction is. What words would you put? Maybe
words beyond beautiful or pretty.
That's exactly right. Okay. And fun, because of course we love everything is fun, right? And it's sort of like when somebody says, "Oh, I'm fine."
Yeah. What does fine mean?
What does fine mean? And really, usually, if you stop to, you can explore that. And I just know that many of you that are watching are going to be able to come up with words that when you see some of the quilts that we're describing today.
Carolyn.
And it's Carolyn.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Oh, very good.
Good morning, everybody.
Oh, it's spectacular. They haven't even seen quilts.
Yeah.
That's a great word.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great word. And love seeing so many of you already coming on. So let's real quick.
Well, first of all, welcome to Hen and Chicks Studio, where you not only get quilting and inspiration, but you also get a daily thought.
There you go. Our daily thought, random as it might be. So here's how it works today. Is we're using a platform called Comment Sold. It is just one way for us to be able to help you buy products that inspire you and make you feel good and all that kind of stuff. So what we do is we scan a barcode, a number comes up, and you get to, she'll do something. And so you'll see it's going to come up, and it now says, oh, it's our panel for Happiness Blooms. And by the way, it is the last single panel that we have. So if that's something that you like, you can actually type in, if you're on Facebook, Sold 101. That sends you a message, which then you have to click to the cart and then follow through and go all the way through the cart and purchase it in order to actually have that on the website. And we can see that we've got people on both this morning. On the website, it's just a little bit different. I think it says view product, but it's still the same thing. You add it to the cart, you must follow through and purchase it, or it's not yours. Now, especially something like this, that it happens to be this is the last one. So if you think you've put it in your cart, that doesn't mean anything, because
somebody else can
still purchase it.
So if you really want that last slate panel, I would suggest that you just go ahead and do
purchase
it right now.
That's right. And then if you think
anything else.
That's right. And if you think, oh my gosh, but what if I want more today? Not a problem. So what we do is, if we have multiple orders from the same person, we of course appreciate notes in the notes field, like, hey, add this to my previous order. But we will
with my feathered friends.
Ship. If you're a feathered friend, you can anytime just say ship. Still go through the process, and even if it looks like there's shipping on your order, don't worry. We'll take care of that on the back end. One way or the other, we'll get you all taken care of. But that is, so if you're a feathered friend, we have no problem putting any of the product that you want each month in your shipment. Right. Still the same flat $8.50. So what a bargain.
And we know we repeat that every time, but we know that there may be people that are new to it, or you haven't ordered and had it shipped before. Maybe you're in a different location, you can't. And we always like to have our new friends joining us.
That's right.
If you haven't joined us before, that's why we explain it.
And it is all about more the merrier. So don't forget to tag your friends that, hey, Hen and Chicks Studio is live right now, or share the post to your page. But telling your quilting friends is one of the best things that can help us, and we certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely. And I see a lot of words coming through, and they're going to go faster than what we can see them, but like satisfying, thoughtful, and I know we're not calling out everybody's names on it, but I saw some really great ones. And Millie said, words and fabric, or quilting, something like that. Two of her favorite things, which brings me to the song, Favorite Things. So if somebody wanted something creative to do today, they could also pen new words to my favorite things.
That's
song,
right.
And then we can sing it.
That's absolutely right.
Have a sing along. But good morning, everybody that said good morning. We're happy to have you joining us.
Yes,
We know we can't get to every comment. We will try to.
And some of our regulars are telling us where they're watching from. Love that. Please keep telling us where you're watching from, because that's exciting. We love the fact that we're here in central Iowa, in Conrad, community of 1,100, out in the middle of cornfields. You know, we are the black dirt capital of the world. I don't know if you know that. Fun fact about Conrad. But here in Little Iowa, we are reaching hundreds of thousands of people from coast to coast.
Which almost makes me cry this morning for some reason.
It's because it's the emotional words.
Emotion. Yes.
It's emotional words, and you know me, I'll cry at anything.
Yeah, so let's not cry.
Yeah, let's not cry this morning, unless the quilt really moves you to cry. You can cry, right? Okay, so there you go. Now we've got a big morning here. We've got a lot. We've got five
new quilts. 5
brand new store samples, and so lots of exciting things to be able to show you. So
hang in with us. Again, we know someone might be watching later, but hang in with us. We'll try to keep going. Might move a little fast paced sometimes, but comment what you like, what you see, because also we were just discussing, it helps us know what directions we need to go. When we know what you are looking for or what you like, it helps us to know
absolutely
how to do our job better.
Yep. So if there's if there's ever a problem or a challenge that you're like, and you see a quilt and you think, I would find that a challenge.
Well,
tell us.
Too hard.
Yeah, but we can tell you how easy it is.
It's not that hard, or we'll help with that too.
That's right. And Karen, we do not have an app. So it is simply watching either on Facebook or on our website. If you're on our website, the shopping app, actually just the video thing shows up, whatever you're going to call it. So that is how that works. We don't have a separate app, but I see Wisconsin and Illinois and Indiana. I love it. Yep. I love it. I love it.
And we missed some of them, but let's get started because, so we showed you the Happiness Blooms panel. So we've talked about this several times because when it came in, we loved this line of fabric. And we already showed you the panel.
Yeah, so
this is the last one of that.
Yeah, this is the last one of the panel. Not sure, maybe it's no longer even available. I don't know, but this is the Happiness Blooms panel. As you can see, there are 8 different blocks inside of that.
Okay.
And we were inspired when we got this collection in by the pattern fringe. Do you want to?
Which I gotta find where it went to. We'll find it.
Okay, and so we have the individual pattern fringe, and we'll find that. But so we chose actually to make 2 variations of this pattern because it is so amazing with this block. It's all right.
We'll find it eventually.
It'll show up. It'll show up. So we're going to start with. Let's go ahead and show them. We'll show them in the kit here first. And so this is the kit. Now the pattern fringe is designed by Robin Pickens. And we've really been enjoying some of Robin's patterns recently. We also have another one of hers that's called Amelia that's really quite popular. But this is going to make the wall size version. And this, they call it slate. It is definitely it's not a true black. It's a dark, like gray black. That's slate. Look. So here we go. And show you the first of our quilts.
Turn the camera slightly.
You want me to turn the camera slightly? All right, hang on. We have a little set change. Woohoo! There is pattern number 1. And, Jamie, we've already been talking about how this would make a great wedding quilt, a great graduation quilt. Yep, you can come up closer. Yep, you're good. And it would make a great wedding quilt, graduation quilt. Talk about emotions with this. It says families, always, forever, and no matter what.
And one thing I would say with this one, and I don't know, Heidi, if we need to get it closer or not. Now, on this one, you'll notice that there's 4 of the panel that is used. 4 pieces out of the panel used in this particular one.
So family is everything is the one we're looking at there.
What I will say from this, because I made this one, second time I've made this pattern, Actually, I took it home on a Friday night, had it done by Tuesday, and I didn't work on it at all on Saturday. 0. So a very doable pattern. What I would like to say about this kit was, from this, I would have 4 panels left, or 4 pieces of the panel left. I could start a second one from just the fabric that I have. I would probably need to get more of a sashing and this outer border. So The other thing is you could expand it to the full size, which is what the cream one is, by adding
the fat quarter bundle. And I'll let you, maybe
Yep.
okay. So this is the sort of the pieces that are not used in either of the kits. So this is the Happiness Blooms Slate Fat Quarter Bundle. There are 10 fat quarters in here, and it is like these pieces would not be repeated in that particular kit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so on that then too, that one, if you wanted to expand it to the full or the twin size, you would need to get some additional sashing and that's the slate.
But I think what you're leading to, and I think this is just a good discussion, is that when we're packing kits,
true.
I think one of the things you're going to find if you purchase anything from Hen and Chicks Studio is that we do not skimp.
No.
Yes, you're paying for the fabric that you're getting. So if you get a fat quarter and you only need a half of a fat quarter, yes, you've paid for the full fat quarter. But there is nothing worse than opening a kit and then finding out that there is only exactly enough and
barely enough.
And God dang it, then I made the mistake and I cut something wrong, and there's nothing left for me to.
For instance, on this one, how I chose to put in the crossbars might not be what you would choose. So it gives you some options to make it your own too.
That's right. So we've done that before, not necessarily with this kit, but with some kits where, let's just say, maybe it's an eighth of a yard of this, a fourth of a yard of that, an eighth of a yard of this, 3/8 of a yard of that. You know what I mean? Well, we may pick a measurement that is
consistent through the whole
thing, so that again, you can have the liberty of saying, hey, you know, I'd much rather have the yellow be bigger or the more prominent or whatever.
So and that you're not going to run out. You know, we work really hard to make sure that if you do make that wrong cut, which I know never happens.
No, never.
But that you will have options or creative opportunities from the fabric that you have.
That's right. And again, we're trying hard more and more in our descriptions of the kits to tell you exactly what you're getting, like how many fat quarters, you know, how much border fabric, that kind of thing, or background fabric, so that you have that knowledge that you're like, hey, they're giving it to us in a lap size, but we want the king size, that you can make that decision right when you're buying the kit.
So this is our second version of it. This one is the twin size. And this is actually, we have another one we've shown you before that's a patriotic of the same pattern. But this one is a cream background. And when we started building these, we just thought this one, the twin size of this and the cream is just, again, such a classic, great wedding gift. If you're looking, you know it's coming upon wedding season a lot for weddings. You could, of course, break it down and make 2 small ones. You have options with it.
And so, again, in this one, you're getting 15 fat quarters, 2.5 yards of cream, 2 yards of the moss green, kind of thing, and the pattern. And so, of course, we don't include backing. We do try to tell you what you need for backing on those. But this is just absolutely a beautiful bundle. So Jamie, if I liked Happiness Blooms, if Happiness Blooms made me happy, then if I bought this, and this,
you would have the whole collection.
I would have, it's getting slippery. I would have the whole collection in fat quarters, plus a few pieces that would be extra yardage, and you would have both panels.
Yep.
And so that would be, just if somebody's really loving Happiness Blooms, that's the
options of, as I was sewing this one, I mean, the options were just endless of what things I could think of. Even if you're not necessarily wanting to sew, the panel itself framed, we've talked about that, just cutting and framing it or putting it on canvas. Great opportunities for a gift, I think.
Yeah, and if you're thinking that you just like the fabric, I'm going to just real quickly go through and scan the different pieces in, so that that's the one with words right there, the Happiness with Blooms. I love that. Jamie can pull out a couple, but we've gone through these before, so we're not going to linger on each of them, but they are just a beautiful, beautiful collection.
And one thing, Heidi, I will say, on this particular piece was not included in any of the kits.
Oh, is that the one?
Yep, there's because of we just thought didn't quite blend as well with some of the stuff. And anyway, so you might want to add that one. But again, if you're making a table runner, even think about the words with the table runner. You know, that'd be a nice little Christmas gift. And the words do come in a black version, the cream version I just showed you, and how do you do the black? And she just scanned this beautiful.
I'll go back and do it again, moss.
This one. Whoop. That. Of course, everybody knows. I love word prints. And then it's going to wrap around the edge just a little bit. And this was one that was kind of, I'll give you this one. Oh, yeah. Here, I take that one. There's some that go around the corner.
Oh, yep.
But that's one that we've talked about generationally. It appealed to all different.
Yes, Goldie and Virginia definitely have liked this collection, and it certainly is something that they're enjoying as well. So, again, there's definitely, yes, generational. It is not a, it's, you know, not a one size fits all, but at the same time, it certainly is.
Show them, because this, if you're looking for a background or something.
Yes,
and that one we must have switched bolts.
The designer of this collection is Deb Strain, and she is just a well-known Moda designer. The fabrics are all from Moda. She's just so sweet, but she's got some great basics along with this. So they have kind of a splotchy look in them. But did you scan?
We must have switched bolts. So.
Oh, we didn't switch.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
So these are not going to get scanned up, but we do have both of these. Let me just give you the SKU numbers real quick. 13221 is the cream. So if you're on our website, you can literally go into the website and just put that in the SKU at the top. And then the black is 13223. So that, again, those are definitely.
There's more descriptive words coming across.
Are there more descriptive words?
So as people are joining us,
yes.
remember, we're looking for the descriptive words that aren't just
yes.
like.
Yes, we talk about the fact that everything is pretty, everything is beautiful, everything is fun, because it is. We know that. But I challenge you today from my learning this morning with Brendan Burchard of how can you expand your emotional vocabulary by what words you would use to describe these beautiful things. So that is all of our happiness blooms.
So, like the quilts, give us thumbs up, hearts, love, whatever, depending what platform you're on.
Yep.
Okay, remember we have 5.
That's 5. So that's 1. That's just 1.
And we like to talk because we want you to understand. So,
hang on with us. Yep. Okay, so number 2 is again we have showed this particular quilt in pieces and parts. Yep. It is Buttercup Slate, and it is a collection that is also from Moda. And the designer of this is it Corey Yoder? Yep. Corey Yoder. And we have given you the kit. And when you see this, the picture I think is not going to come up at the moment yet. You're going to see it in a minute. Yeah. But this is the fabric kit. It includes, this one doesn't have it yet, how many fat quarters are in it. But it's a beautiful kit with the wonderful white background. Yep. And this also, we broke it down into 4 fat quarter bundles. And which ones are you showing? So,
yellow first.
Oh, yellow. Hold on. Okay, yellow. There we go. Yellow.
How about green?
All right, green. There's the green.
And then these last 2 are they're kind of both grays. There's a slate gray one, or the gray one, and then there's white gray.
Okay, so this is the gray. Maybe just a little darker. No, not necessarily. No, because just has, that one's gray, so it has some great basics in it. And then the white gray.
And that one has, so the difference is the other gray is all just gray. This one has touches of the
yellow and green. Yep. So 4 great fat quarter bundles. So again, if you like the entire collection in fat quarters, you would buy all 4 of them to get the entire collection. Okay, and we chose to use the pattern Casanova from Strip Your Stash. Okay, now Jamie, we're gonna have to like stage ourselves for this quilt. Yep. Because this quilt is king size. Yep. And it is 100. Is it 100? Is it 100 inches? No, I can't remember.
I'm not sure, but so we know that sometimes
98 by 105.
People like to have bigger quilts, and so we get a lot of requests. Well, can you make it bigger? So we made one bigger, so we hope that you like it.
And again, if you didn't like how big it was, you could take the kit
down
and make it into smaller. But we love this pattern. And this is the pattern from Strip Your Stash called Casanova. We've seen it made in several different different ways to do it. If you like stripology rulers, this is just perfect for that. Okay, now you stand over there, and we're gonna
have to get a step stool.
Well, you can do it. You stretch. Think of it as your morning exercise. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera now. Hold on. Let me get over there to help unveil it. Okay, the camera is over there to help unveil it. Okay, the camera is turned. Okay.
Okay.
So we're.
You may not be able to see all of it, but.
Okay.
Here's. I don't know which way it goes though.
Let's see if I take that corner. I don't know where we end up.
We'll find out which way you're going.
Go this way first. Let's see there. Is that? How's it looking? Okay. All right. You ready? Now we're going to turn corners. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Woohoo! Check this beauty out. It is absolutely gorgeous, and we love it. So it's at 98 by 105. So that it would be either a very nice queen or a king size quilt, depending on what size bed you have. Here, let me see if I can get in the middle. Hold it up in the middle a little bit. There we go. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It looks beautiful in person.
The coloring on it, and we'll try to, I don't know.
Okay, so how about if we turn it in half?
Yeah.
We do it this way.
The coloring on it is so soft, yet, I don't know, warm, soft, cozy. What's some colors?
I was going to say, I think I feel relaxed with this.
Maybe that's
calming. Yeah. It's a great word. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go this way.
Yep.
And you can see all those beautiful fabrics together. And you want to go around and make sure we're showing okay?
And what I would say about this pattern as you're using it, we've shown this Strip Your Stash before. Yep, it looks good. You can see our notes on our camera. There we go. Again, sometimes quilt patterns might look like they're complicated, and it's not as complicated as you look. This one to me is a play on the traditional log cabin look.
Yeah. And so again, let's see. I'm going to do the Where is the
on the back of it?
Here we go. Here, the fabric kit again.
Okay.
So if you want to come back, it is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful quilt.
Yes. And again, if you don't want the king size, certainly you could break it down into. I would say you'd have enough. You definitely could make smaller size of the same thing and make a couple.
Absolutely.
It'd be very close if you could do.
Now I am going to go through, just like we did with the last collection, I'm going to go through with the individual bolts so that you can see
what it is. So, and so this one also, if you are a music person, there's called Buttercup, so you could use the song Build Me Up, Buttercup, Don't Break My Heart, right? And ironically, I always want to call it Buttermilk. I don't know why, but that's what we do sometimes around here. We get them mixed up. So Buttercup and Slate by Corey Yoder is the collection of this. Again, very doable. I would have no problem saying pretty much any level. We get that question, like if it needs to be a beginner or not. This one is just, if you can follow the directions, you're going to be fine. It's straight sewing, no points. Hello back.
I feel like I'm on the other side of the fence.
Let me get you.
Okay, so Jamie, as we're talking about cutting, why don't you just talk a little bit about, as I'm scanning these, our cutting tips and tricks video.
Oh yeah.
And how, because that I think is something that people, when we're talking about cutting and you're talking about, the basics.
Yes.
So you talk about that as I scan.
And as Heidi's back behind there, Heidi, I just gotta say this. Wilson?
Yes,
that's what disappears.
I said I'm behind the fence.
Yep, she is. Okay, so our cutting tips and tricks video, we did that, and it lives on our website and also on YouTube. We'll give you tips and tricks for using the Stripology ruler or your standard ruler. So encourage you to go visit that. There's always something to learn. We still learn things every day from tips and tricks that you guys might give us, but we do get a lot of questions with that. In particular, the Stripology ruler, I feel, because some people are intimidated or just not sure. Intimidated might be a strong word, but just not sure about it. We want to help you gain confidence in your cutting, because your cutting is going to make everything more precise, less frustration, and all of that kind of stuff with it. So go visit that. There we have lots of tips and tricks, different videos that we've posted from last year. Was it last year? 2 years ago, whatever. Lots of different things that we've done through the years that we even refer back to.
Yeah, but if you go to, and did you say this, at henandchicksstudio.com/cutting tips and tricks, you're going to go right to the video page, the page where the video is that that you're referencing. And again, the Strip Your Stash book, that is where the pattern came from. Now, this is a case where the book is not included in the the kit. So it's just, and again, we try to be logical. So when you see the word fabric kit, that usually indicates that there's no pattern. Quilt kit would indicate that it is, the pattern is included.
We do put it in the description as well if you have any questions, or sometimes we'll see somebody order the pattern and it's included. We give them a call and say, hey, did you want that pattern? Sometimes they did want the second pattern because they're giving it to somebody else or anything like that. So we do know, like Victoria, I think she's going to work through this whole book. She told me she's taking a break from it, but it's a great book to have. And again, we know some people already have it, so we try to utilize
your investment. This is making the best use of your investment. And if we're not featuring the Stripology rulers this morning, but they are not cheap, right? So, we love it that Gundren Erla as a designer is supporting her products with tons of patterns and tons of inspiration for us. And so again, we're trying to, make the best use of that for you too. And there's so many of those patterns that are classic, absolutely.
Well, and what I would say too with it, if you like this Strip Your Stash or book, you can use a standard ruler as well. The same thing is true with the Stripology ruler. You can use it with other patterns. In fact, that's my primary ruler. Hooray, that's the ruler I'm using. I mean, it's my primary ruler now that I use.
Absolutely.
So they still have things. So that's two, and I don't know if anybody has any questions. We couldn't see anything coming through.
So if anybody, if you've got a question about something, but we're going to move on to number 3.
What's number 3?
3 is, let's go to our list, this one, right there. All right, so this is one I made, and we did hint at this a little bit.
I'll start scanning fabric while you're...
Okay, and here is an example of where, when the fabric collection came in, it really needed a special pattern, I think. I think it really needed a special pattern. But because it was a beautiful collection, it's got a lot of different things going in it. So it's called Allure Noir. And who's the designer on that?
Nancy Rink.
Is it Nancy Rink? I was thinking it was. And Nancy Rink, if you don't recognize her name, you might recognize the Amish with the twist quilts that we've had here in the store, and Getting to Know Hugh. Those were all quilts that we've done, patterns we've done from Nancy Rink. She's just a well-known designer. And I liked this fabric collection because it offered sort of a traditional look, yet it had some different patterns in it. But sometimes those quilts then need a special pattern. So we started searching for one that really spoke to us. And we did audition a lot of patterns. And you know what? That's okay, right? So what we ended up finding was a free pattern on Art Gallery, and it's by Maureen Cracknell, who is another wonderful designer, and we do have, I think we've got some fabric from her from Art Gallery that we're using, and anyway, I've been following her because she's very interesting, Maureen Cracknell, and so we basically took her free pattern, which was for a different fabric collection, and used our fabric in that pattern. So the free pattern will be included in the quilt kit. And let's see, I'll grab this quilt as you're going through. So you're going through the fabrics, and as you can see, they are just a little bit different. How would you describe them other than different?
I think they do kind of have a modern feel to them. Maybe.
Yes. I would agree with that. They have a little bit more modern, but because I know enough about historical fabric collections,
there's some that are very traditional.
They're very you could have found some of those in the 1880s because of their.
So it's kind of that twist, a play on tradition.
Yes,
maybe.
And so in this particular quilt, I just felt that this pattern allowed us to use all of them together. And it is a very pretty collection, and all of them are used in some form. Virginia thought I should have used more of that floral, that's on the front, but in this particular pattern. But I could have seen, like we were talking, could have added a border.
Yep.
Like if you wanted it bigger, we could add a border to it or that kind of thing. Okay, so I think I can do this one.
This one's a little bit smaller. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, I'm going to turn.
It that way.
Yep, and there is that one. Beautiful. Isn't that striking? And so Heidi used that floral just as the center focal point on this particular piece.
Absolutely. And we loved the dark background instead of a traditional, so often we go light. It got lighter on the outside edges rather than on the inside. And so, again, the fabrics were, some of them larger scale, but I think they worked well in the patterns. It is a lot of triangle squares. So as I come up, the entire center of the quilt is basically based on a triangle square unit.
So that's what she said, like right here.
Yeah.
Yep, if somebody can see. So those are your half square triangles in there. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And actually, we're talking about doing some videos in the future with some half square triangles. So that is to come. And of course, I always enjoy a good stripe for binding, and had to include the stripe in this collection as the pattern. And so, oh yes, Marilyn thinks we should have used more of the large scale fabric, and absolutely, I mean, like this would be a case where if you want to personalize it, add that in the outer border, that would be great.
You could change it up. We just did it how we, that's why we like to do it and see different things and different mixes of it.
Okay, I'm loving this word challenge. You guys are stepping up, and I love it. So Susan is calling it exceptional. Marilyn used the word unexpected.
Oh, I agree with that one on this one.
I like that. And wonderful. Oh, yes. Okay, so keep those comments coming, please. We'll have to go back and read some of them later that we can't all see at the moment.
Okay, so there's one.
So that's...
Right over here. So
okay, so we got one,
I don't even know if we can see it. Let's turn it this way.
And three.
We have camera set changes today.
Yep, lots of set changes.
So there's this first three. So we have two more to show you. Are they ready to see two more?
Does anybody want to see any more quilts, or are you done? I mean, I know we've already gone a half hour, but are you in it with us for some some more excitement, some more motivation? Give us a thumbs up. Tell us you're loving what you're seeing. And good morning, Andrea. Love to see that you're on this morning as well. Welcome, everybody. Again, tell us where you're watching from if you haven't done that already. Okay, so are we ready for this time? We're gonna do a little set change.
Yep.
Like wish we had music. Can we like hum da 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 da?
Well, you could sing a song, but you could sing like...
We're going to a little set change.
So there's the three we've done so far.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to kind of swing around here. And Heidi, here, let me hand you this
I'll do that, okay? Because we are moving on to...
and give you a little picture of our store as I'm going here.
There you
so
go.
If you haven't been here before, you can get a feel for what it's like. We think we have a very eclectic... store that has some fun to it, some character.
Yes, we do. And if you haven't been to our store before, this building is, I think at this point, close to 130 years old. I have to go outside and look at the date on the outside of the building. And so we have creaky wood floors, or actually the original floors, and the creaky door. The creaky door with a bell on it. And we love hearing that bell ring because it means that somebody's coming in the front door. So, if any of you do visualization, I visualize in hearing that bell ring because I love it. I love getting to have the bell ring. Okay, so then we're moving on to a collection of fabric that we've had for a while. And what you're looking at, if they can see it now, Jamie, you tell me if they can see it, is a pattern called Amelie.
Mm-hmm. This one hanging up here.
Yes, and
again, that's a GE Design pattern.
Yep, so that's Gundra and Erla. So again, perfect for stripology. And to me, this is classic. Mm-hmm. It is not technically, the Sugar Cube collection is not a true reproduction fabric, but it has the look of what I would describe as 1930s pattern. And let's see, let's look at this one. This is the kit here. So it has, can you see that fabric even on the end there that has hexagons, diamonds in it and hexagons. It just has the feel of a true 1930s kind of pattern. And so the Sugar Cube collection, and I'll just scan a few of these. We do not have the collection right here, It's kind of scattered throughout the store at the moment, but it just is a beautiful collection of fabrics. If you're looking,
and that's not one of our new.
This is not a new collection, and this is not one of the new quilts, right? But as a quilt, as a collection is here, it is not unusual, is it, Jamie, that we want to make more than one quilt from the same collection because they inspire us, and there's so many different options. And so again, what I'm running through right now is just simply the yardages of what we've got left. There are several of these bolts that are very skinny, and so there's not much left on them. If that's something that you're
and while Heidi's doing that, if I could speak to, again, since we do like to kind of give ideas of how difficult a pattern may be, I want to speak to the Amelie, because that's the one that we just showed you hanging on the wall. Do you think it looks hard? Do you think it looks complex?
Yeah, I do, because it looks like there's, I'm going to say, a lot of spinning things. Yes.
But I want to tell you, from that pattern and having done it, I would even say a fairly new person could handle that pattern. So again, sometimes we have people come in and try to figure out that pattern, because it does look like, oh my gosh, how could you put it together? The way the pattern is written and how you're doing it makes it so simple. So don't, again, if you're questioning something, is it too hard or what it is, like that one, I would do that one again. I'd say a million times over. You've heard me say it. Don't be afraid by that one, because it's not as complicated as it looks.
Yep. So that is the Sugar Cube Amelie quilt. And so again, if you like the pattern, the individual pattern, it is, I got too many different pieces of paper here. The individual pattern for that is this. But then we get new patterns in and new books. And so the book that we've gotten in recently is Scrappiness is Happiness. And this is absolutely just a great book that we're loving, from Lori Holt and of Be in My Bonnet. And we've showcased earlier in several weeks ago the Practical Magic Happy Trails quilt that is out of this book, so you can see that. And and I see we don't have a flat shot of that up, but I'll have to put that in there later of Practical Magic. But
see, we learned stuff while we're doing it too.
That's right, but that is a great quilt as well. Again, we're going to be creating multiples out of this book. This book has 32 scrappy quilts to fill your house with love, and it costs $34.95, so just over $1 a pattern. And I'm telling you,
you can just look at the book. You don't even have to make them.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. And Golding Virginia made the quilt on the cover. It's not quilted yet, but at some point we'll bring that in. They used scraps from that. So
that's the same one that we made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And yes, it's the same one, but they made it in a very different look. So, okay. So then, again, we started looking at...
And Dawn is saying, I can't hear you. And Dawn, I'm not sure, maybe check your settings, or if you're on mute, or turn your volume up. I'm not sure if anybody else is having problems with that. Let us know. But I think we're running okay. So hopefully if anybody else has problems, they'll
and if you can hear us, also give us a thumbs up that you can hear us. So that in case, Marilyn's using that book as a coffee table book. But anyway, but if you definitely check the volume on your phone or device that you're using, and make sure that it hasn't been muted.
Right.
Some devices just automatically go to mute.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So again, we like to see more than one, and so we found another pattern in this book.
I'll switch around and we'll switch.
Which way are we going to go? We're going to go back over there?
Yep.
Here, I'll take this.
Okay.
I wonder if I can hold this one myself.
I bet you can.
I bet I can. You know, long arms come in handy.
So this is in that book, of course. We love this. You saw the Sugar Cube Amelie. Now you're going to see it in a different setting, and you're going to...
Okay, ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh.
Is it stunning or what?
It's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So, did you scan this one yet, Heidi?
No, I did not.
Okay, this is which one is this? Where'd it go?
Back page of that, I believe.
The Sugar Cube Crossroads fabric kit. And one thing on this one I want you to notice, and Heidi, if you want to come a little bit closer too.
Okay,
I believe in the book, there was an outer border on it, if you're looking in the book, and we chose on this particular one not to have the outer border.
And you know, there's practical reasons why we don't sometimes. One, sometimes we think the quilt looks better without a border. Sometimes we like the size better, but also sometimes it's a matter of fabric. And you know what? It takes a lot more fabric to add a border, and if we didn't have just the right one, it's like we're not going to force it. We're not going to force something on there. But this is just a great, to me, this we discussed, I'm going to use the word reminiscent.
Yeah.
Like it's reminiscent of grandma.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Really and I think people will love that. So that's quilt
I'm going to
number
bring
4.
this into so you can see again, this is that sugar cube. And again, on this collection, it's featuring those fabrics and that scrappiness with that navy blue. We love to put something different in there. And again, on this one, we included that it's found that you'll need the additional yardage for the backing.
Correct.
We don't have backing included.
Correct.
And the pattern sold separately, which is the book on this one.
That's right. And he absolutely reminds you of your grandma. Just wonderful. And we could all tell stories, I'm sure, of our grandma. So that is quilt number 4 of our 5 quilts today. So as you can see, we've been busy beavers between Stephanie and Jamie and myself. Let's see, Jamie, Stephanie made the one we just showed.
Yep.
And because she's and she quilts them all. We let her quilt them all because that's her job.
Okay.
And okay, so now I don't even remember what is the last one. I'm already done to
opposites attract. I'm going to scan some of the fabrics. We don't have a lot of the fabrics of this, but this one is perfect for what you were talking about today. When we started the broadcast.
Did you grab the panel?
I don't know if I did.
I see.
I don't think I.
This is the.
Kit.
Let me grab the panel.
She's going to go grab the panel. I've just pulled it up on the screen there for you. So there's the opposites attract panel. And if you're looking, you can see the happy words that it's using.
Oh my gosh.
Going back, what was the name of the pattern from the book on the last one? If that's what you're referring to, was Crossroads.
Yeah, where did we move that collection to? I was trying to think. It's Tony.
It's back behind the...
Oh, behind... I was gonna grab.
I don't know what she's looking
for.
Sorry. That's okay. So I've shown you the panel there, and now you're going to see some of these coordinating prints that go with it. Again, going through. It's called Opposites Attract. Now there are 2 different collections called Opposite Attract. If you do a search on our website, there's 2 different collections by 2 different. Actually, they're 2 different companies even, right?
Yes.
That are called Opposites Attract, but they both happen to be in the blacks and white family.
Okay, so obviously I'm not finding. What I wanted was the names of the designers.
Oh.
Tony and I can't think of the second designer's name, and so I was gonna look at the end of the bolt. Of course, it's not on the end of the bolt, but Tony and her partner really put a lot of thought into this particular fabric collection. And in fact, one of the fabrics is their story written down like in newspaper print. And it really is their story. And so it happened that at Fall Quilt Market, the booth that I have for our other business, our publishing company, was right next to Tony and her partner, which I, of course, cannot say her name. Oh, maybe it's on here. It's a Wing and a Prayer is the company name. Of course, anyway, funny that I can't.
No, that's okay.
Oh my gosh! But this is when I said word print. This is their story.
Yeah, and there's another one that has.
Yes, so that very print is their story, and I love that. I love the fact there. Oh, you have the pattern.
Yep, this is a secondary pattern, so we're not showing you the quilt yet, but there's the pattern.
And this is so we did not make a kit for this, although you easily could make it from a combination of fabrics. And again, this is Wing and a Prayer design.
Yep, and then there's a free downloadable pattern as well.
Yes, and it actually is for the other Opposites Attract pattern, but it plays really well. It plays really well with this fabric collection too. So that is a free download pattern on that. Now remember, if you ever see a free downloadable pattern on our web or on here, it's going to say $1 because we can't. It's the way the system works, but it'll be free when you get to our website. Okay, are we ready?
Are you ready? I think
words.
So.
Did I show this? Did you show this one?
Yes.
So the panel and all the words. Love, love, love the words. Okay. And then you want to get behind the camera and make sure.
So I'm going back and answering this Practical Magic quilt pattern only. The Practical Magic that we showed earlier is also that pattern is found in this
one
book.
on the cover.
Yep.
Happy Trails.
And that's also what Crossroads, which was the new one we did, was shown in this. Again, we tried to do multiple out of the same books, so that your investment, again, you're using something more and more. Okay,
Yes.
Are you ready for that one?
Yeah, yes, but I gotta get right side upside.
Okay,
Hold
this
on.
one, again, as you're getting ready for graduations or weddings,
Again,
or just somebody that needs
inspiration.
just an uplift. I mean, it's great to give and to make somebody feel right. I mean, that's what we like to do.
That's
Okay,
what we're here for.
ready?
Okay, here we go.
I'll get out of the way.
Woohoo! There it is. It is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and the wording on it, and now how do you feel? Kind of just walk closer again. You can see that the panel has been cut up.
And I do have to tell you, we put lots of things on backs, and I felt this was the kind of quilt that you just wanted a pop of color. So yes, it is
She's
hot
the
pink.
pretty pink. Turn it to the other side. Well, here.
This way?
Because even some of the panel is turned sideways. I want to show that in the
Oh,
border.
yes, it's in the border.
Yeah.
Here we go. There we go. Get it that way.
So a different play, panels, it can be a lot of fun. Sometimes we limit ourselves with, a panel's a panel, but look how this is cut up and just put in there so nicely.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful fabric collection. We love I'm trying to think of the inspiration,
Yes.
the positiveness of this.
And of course, I did really gravitate towards the graphicness of the colors, the whites, the grays, the blacks. Mm-hmm. But certainly you could add color. You could add a border of color. You could add pops of color in here.
And it's not, it could be for anybody, any age.
That's correct.
Where sometimes if you do pink, you're definitely thinking a little, some of them are definitely, a little girl or a baby or I mean.
Yes.
But this one, if Heidi happened to put that hot pink on the back, which would probably make you think more of
a young
girls.
That's right. I just felt like it was the kind of quilt that you just wanted that pop of color to continue the brightness of that.
You could put black on the back. You could put cuddle on the back. You could put blue on the back. So with now, like you said, you can add your own. You could add a little border. I mean, pop of color. There's so many things that you could do. Yeah,
it's such wonderful quilts. I think we should count backwards to our quilts and pull them all up one more time.
This is going to be a challenge. But
so number 5.
We will conquer.
And by all means, at this point in the game, use your words. But wait a minute, use your words to describe the quilt. Tell us which one's your favorite, why you like it. We love to know more about what makes you inspired to be able to make quilts. So we're going to go backwards through these.
Okay, so this
is number 5.
Okay, and again, this one was called Opposites Attract Good News Quilt Kit. And again, if you're wondering on some of our stuff, the fabric collection on our quilt kits is generally the first name in the title.
Yep. So opposites attract, name of the fabric, good news, name of the pattern.
Yep. Okay.
We're very clever that way.
So that was 5.
Because we have to keep track of what we're doing. Okay. I'll give you this because you'll need that in a minute.
Yes.
Okay. Next one, 4 was
Sugar
Cube fabric collection, Crossroads pattern, and that pattern is out of Scrappiness is Happiness.
She's making me work here.
Yes.
Okay. There's the Scrappy Ass of Happiness.
Peg can't choose. That's okay, Peg. You can have them all.
And Peg, try working here.
Yeah, that's right. So say for those of us that work here, it is a tad bit hard because we want to make all of them.
Everything.
We want to make all of them.
And then you guys come in and bring stuff or send us a pattern that you want something for. That we did a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
sent us a pattern that they wanted fabric for. And so we did it, and we're like, oh my gosh, now we want to make this one too.
Absolutely. I won't open the whole quilt back up, but this is Allure Noir Mandala, and it is a beautiful quilt as well. Again, fabric from Marcus Fabrics, and the pattern is Marine Cracknell. We will put the free download for that on the website. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it will be for her version. We will customize the pattern that'll go in the kit for our customers. Okay, and then number 2 was Buttercup Slate Casanova. This charming, relaxing, warm, cozy.
Oh, Millie's already got my favorite things.
So. Millie is good.
Does.
Of course, Millie does. She of course does. Okay, so there's the Buttercup Slate Casanova. And then last but not least, and I'll grab it down here, is Happiness Blooms. Okay. Happiness Blooms using fringe. Happiness Blooms fringe. So that's a Robin Pickens pattern, and this is a Moda collection from Deb Strain. Just absolutely.
And there's 2 different versions of that: the slate and
then the cream. And the cream. So you have more than one option there as well.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, Jamie. This has been, I mean, really, we're almost at an hour packed full of
and we hope there was some wow to you today, because we certainly love to show, and we hope that it inspires you to do something, whether it's go finish something so you can get something different, or to get something new as you're thinking for wedding gifts, graduations, baby showers, that sort of stuff, thinking ahead on that.
That's right. Absolutely right. Well, we're glad that you've been with us today. We're glad that you've given us lots of words. We're going to have to go back and reread all of those words. As always, this is just one opportunity for us to share with you what we have. We, of course, love it if you can come to our store. We're open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturdays, 10 to 3. You know, we're centrally located. Let's see, what are we? 4 hours from Kansas City, 5 hours from Chicago, 4 hours from Minneapolis, 3.5 from Minneapolis, 2.5 from Omaha. So we're right in the central, so easy to get to. We'd love to have you come and visit. You can always visit our website. It's also packed with lots of information, so don't forget that. And
as we take it out, Heidi, throw that back up there, because I'm just gonna scroll over and get all of these today.
Let me see if I can get it back up so it won't fall down, and you can see all of these. But we're so glad that you've been with us today, and we hope that, again, whether it's in person on our line or online, we'll be able to see you